Welcome back, class. This video will discuss the lesson directions and the criteria for grading your final projects for this unit. Please feel free to come back to this video whenever you want to double check the steps of your project or to ensure that you're following all the guidelines for your grade for your final project. So first and foremost, to create this lesson, you're first going to draw a horizon line through the center of your paper. Then you'll place a vanishing point anywhere on the horizon line. From there, step 3, you'll draw the flat side of each object one at a time. So if you were drawing a building, you just draw the flat rectangle. It would look like a normal rectangle or square. Once you've drawn the flat side of your building, then you will angle the corners of your flat side towards the vanishing point. It's very important that all of your angles go directly to the point. That would entail your ruler, it would require your ruler to touch the vanishing point and the corner and hold the ruler still so the line goes to that very specific angle. And the angles do change. Sometimes they go from the bottom up, other times they go from the top down, depending on which corner of the building you are connecting or angling to the vanishing point. And then lastly, you'll just connect and close your lines that are angling towards the vanishing point. That will create a flat side and an angled side of your building to make it look like the angled side is going back into space, that it's getting smaller and it's showing depth. There is a 6th step that I forgot to add here, but you also want to make sure you add details in your buildings to give each building its own identity, give each space its own identity. You want to make sure it's not just a bunch of geometric shapes. You want to make it look like a believable city or a believable space. Lastly, for your final grade, I am going to grade you on the following criteria. So first, I'm looking that the entire paper has been filled. Then I want to make sure, or you should make sure, that all of your lines, angles, and spaces follow the rules of linear perspective. And you can never go wrong if your ruler is always touching the vanishing point. You can't go wrong. I will be discussing this in your lesson demonstration in the day 1 folder. So everything that I'm discussing currently is more of an overview, and we'll discuss this at length in the coming days. Then I want to look that you have strong craftsmanship. You do not need to add color to this project. It is just a line drawing. But all of your lines must demonstrate use of a ruler. You cannot freehand this. And of course, the craftsmanship would also tie into the rules of linear perspective. You have to make sure all the lines follow the proper angles. Then you want to make sure every building and space has interior details, which was discussed a little bit above. And lastly, you have a level of originality and creativity that personalizes your artwork and engages the viewer. So in my opinion, criteria number 5 is the most important, the originality and creativity. This project is a very technical project. A lot of times students get very focused on the technical part of the project and they forget to make it creative and fun for themselves. The first couple days should be spent trying to learn the rules and apply the rules so you get comfortable with it. But the rest of the class and the final project as a whole should be creative and fun for you. You can be as creative or fun or silly as you want with the project. I mean, you could have UFOs sucking up people from the streets. You could have, a tornado throwing a cowl over a building. You can design it, based on the scenery of maybe one of your favorite TV shows. You can do a lot of things, be very creative with this. The key is just to make sure that the space shows depth, that you're using linear perspective to make your project look like it's getting smaller as it goes back into space. I'll discuss more about the lesson steps and the creativity aspect of this project in the next video in your day 1 folder. But this is again just an overview so you understand the lesson steps and how to grade your project before we actually even get started. Alright, I will see you all soon in the day 1 folder. Please make sure you watch all of the videos and complete all the assignments so that you consistently are on pace and that you have been introduced to all the information you'll need to succeed at the project. Alright guys, I'll see you in the day 1 folder, and I look forward to beginning this project with you all. Alright, bye guys.